going on, Jerome's? Obviously, the Minnesota Vikings have a much larger fish to fry in the playoffs. Going out, taking on the Rams, whether it's in L.A., prayers to all the folks out there in Los Angeles dealing with the wildfires, or if it's in Arizona, it's all right. We'll play, we'll beat the Rams, and we'll go from there, right? But it's kind of funny. 18 teams that didn't make the playoffs. They're just like end-of-year highlights. The Falcons are really good at this. We had a 300-yard passer, a 150-yard rusher, and a 150-yard receiver. Glory, Falcons. Whatever. Yeah. But caught up in at the end of the season because the way it sort of ended, and also looking ahead to the playoffs, sort of glossed over things. But there are a fistful of Vikings who had themselves career years. I felt like they should get shouted out here. So here is a handful of players. Didn't get all of them because I'm sure it's like Josh Metellus has set a career high for social media views with Tell Us What Metellus. I don't know. And also, hey, every Dallas Turner stat and Will Reichard stat is a career high, including misses for Will Reichard, which, anyways, so a couple notable career highs here. So these are all career highs except for Jefferson's, which is tied for a career high. So slinging Sam Darnold, a.k.a. America's quarterback, obviously, career highs, 4,300, 19 yards passing, 35 touchdowns, 102.5 quarterback rating, which is good. It's pretty good. And it's so funny. We're thinking, okay, hey, maybe Darnold has himself a huge game against the Lions defense, which is banged up and ass, thank you, giving up 30 yards, 30 points a game average over the last 5 games. And hey, maybe he'll throw for 370 yards passing and 5 touchdowns and break both of the Vikings regular season records. Nope. It's not so much. Well, passing yards wouldn't be a regular season record, but 4,500 passing yards is pretty good. Either way, had some very, very good times with Sam Darnold. Just ended on a sour note, is what it is. But Darnold had himself a fantastic season, fully rehabbed his career, and now he has a chance to get back up off the mat. He has a chance to rewrite his career and legacy in the playoffs, make a run. Because Darnold, as you've seen, Darnold is very streaky. Like, when he's feeling it, and he's on. Whether it's the second Green Bay game, actually both Green Bay games, as well as second half against the Falcons, where he was just feeling it. Like, it was target practice out there. He wanted more 50-plus yard touchdowns. It was great. Aaron Jones, so he was 12 yards shy of his yards from scrimmage record, which was set back in 2019. But Jones coming across the right side of the river, a career high 1,138 yards rushing. Now, Jones always was in a timeshare with the Packers, but here with the Vikings, he's the de facto running back 1. But had himself a nice season, even though banged up at times. But Jones, I would like to have Jones back, but preferably in a backfield split, and maybe some Caleb Johnson, Maureen Hampton. Why not? A couple wide receivers. Jefferson, 10 receiving touchdowns, tied for a career high. Speedy Naylor, obviously, career high was 6. Glad to see him really get going early in the season. Addison, so just shy of his rookie numbers in terms of catches, receiving yards, and touchdowns. Having 0 receiving yards in the Lions game, in the second Lions game, certainly hurts. Also, he missed a couple games early in the season with that high ankle sprain. But Addison definitely solidified himself as a true player out here with the Vikings. Hockenson would have set some records, except obviously missed a bunch of time earlier this season. Oliver, 3 receiving touchdowns, on top of being the best blocking tight end in the game. Love to see him more involved in the passing game. 8.4 is an absolute monster out there. Brian O'Neill, 82.1 PFF pass blocking grade, highest of his career. Frankly, for my money, he should be considered in the All-Pro conversation. But of course, we know that's a lot of popularity contests, a lot of name recognition. Same thing for the Pro Bowl, but Brian Neal, absolute stud. Defensively, Jonathan Bullard, who has been just like one of those quiet heroes, like Bullard, Tillery, the guys who do the dirty work, but 3 passes broken up at the line, 7 tackles for loss. I love me some bully ball. Jonathan Grenard, Andrew Van Ginkel, the 2 high-profile edge-rushing free agents. So Grenard, 80 pressures this season, career high, led the team, 3rd best in the National Football League, only behind Hendrickson and Myles Garrett. Perhaps you heard of them. They had 83. And Grenard had 12 sacks this season, just shy of his career high last year in his breakout season with the Texans with 12.5. Van Ginkel, AVG was fantastic, man, right? And we said this before. We always judge a free agent or trade player's worth based on how pissed his previous team was about losing him. Dolphins fans are still mad that basically the Vikings got Andrew Van Ginkel for nothing. 2 years, $20 million bucks. But 11.5 sacks, nearly doubling his career high last year of 6. 18 tackles for loss, as well as 2 interceptions, 2 pick sixes, both career highs. Did you know he had a pick six last year for the Dolphins? Fun times. Pat Jones second. Good time to have a career high in sacks with 7, as well as 9 tackles for loss. Jones is in a contract year, going to get paid, likely somewhere else. All right. And then linebacker Blake Cashman outside. How about that? Even though he was a full-time starter last year for the Texans and D'Amico Ryans, 112 tackles this year, 4.5 sacks as well. And also that's truncated him missing 3 games. Cashman, Pace, Tango, and Cash. I even can Pace and Cash. We'll work out something. Portman and Fuller. No, what are the names of the guys from Mighty Ducks? The Bash Brothers. We'll just take that. Then Hottie Ward. So Hottie Ward's interesting. So he played like 20-30% of the snaps. Full-on rotational player. He was third on the team in quarterback sacks. He had 4 quarterback hits with 14. 14 quarterback sacks would have been nice. All right. But people look at his numbers. He had 1 sack this year. He had 5 sacks last year with the Giants. But no, Hottie Ward was a very impactful player on this defense, and he made a lot of things happen up front. Would love to have him back next year as he heads into free agency. Then Byron Murphy Jr., another guy I want back. 81 tackles, 6 interceptions, 14 passes broken up, which is good. Murph also voted to the Pro Bowl as a starter. He should be named to the All-Pro team, at least second team All-Pro. Yeah, probably there. But Murph, absolutely want Murph back. Like, started off a little bit slow, but definitely got things together. And 7, thank heaven for 7. Cam Beasley Bynum, 10 passes broken up, as well as 4 viral sellies. I understand a lot of people are still upset. Beasley, open field tackling against Jahmyr Gibbs, although that's not easy. But also, hey, if you want 14, 15, 16 million a year as a tier 1 safety, you got to be able to tackle Jahmyr Gibbs in the open field. I'm sorry, man. I'm just sorry. But we'll see what the Pride of the Philippines does. I would love to have him back, but it might just come down to dollars and cents. And then Metellus, he might set a career high for positions played because he was all over the place. It was great, 2 picks. And then also, Josh Metellus is on that 2-year, $8 million deal, which was it was good foresight by Kwesi as Metellus was about to become a starter, but 2 years for $8 million, $4 million per is roughly like high-end backup, high-end special teamer. But Metellus could use his contract freshened up. Same thing with AVG, by the way. And then also punter Ryan Wright, 84.2% of his punts inside the 20, and he actually has a reduction in terms of his career average from his previous 2 years in terms of net yards per punt as well as average yards per punt. But that's okay. I felt like he had a lot more control this year than last season, where he took a step back from his very impressive rookie year in 2022. But Wright looks absolutely correct right now. But obviously, does any of this matter? No. Everyone has 0. All right, starting over with the Rams. FOMO, you get the dough. We said Jerome Barty one time. That's the only stat that matters. Also, they all set career highs with wins with 14. So that was all. Anyways, that's it. Looking at some career high milestones for the Vikings players in 2024. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull production value.